At this point, over 10 people have landed standing double backflip on grass. But why is it that, to date, not a single person has even come close to landing standing double front? People who haven't tried flips tend to make the mistake of thinking that the backflip is like the pinnacle of acrobatic performance. But in reality, this really could not be further from the truth. If you ask any gymnast or any tricker, they will pretty much unanimously tell you that doing a front tuck is significantly more difficult than a back tuck. This may seem confusing if you have like no experience with flips, but if you give me about 3 minutes, I can explain to you exactly why that is. So people tend to think that a front flip is easier because a front flip is a lot less scary. You know, flipping forward tends to be less scary than going backwards because you're more familiar with it, which that's fair enough, but once you learn both tricks, that pretty quickly switches. The main reason front flips are harder is because of the setup you have to use to get into the trick. Look at this clip of a backflip. In the backflip, you throw your arms up, which will help you spin backwards, but also throwing your arms up helps you jump higher. You'll know this if you've ever done a tuck jump. If you look at this clip of a front flip, you throw your arms directly down. That'll help you flip forward, but it'll also throw you directly into the ground. So basically, doing a front flip, you're working against gravity from the start of it. Additionally, backflips are almost always done standing because you don't need a ton of extra momentum if you're just doing a single flip. The main setup for a front flip is from running and blocking into it, so you tend to travel more forward than up. In order to generate upward momentum from a run up, you have to put your feet in front of you and arc your back a little bit so that you can translate the momentum up. I don't know why that is. That's just how it works. The thing is, this is way easier said than done, and it honestly takes a ton of practice to learn to properly get the most out of a run-up. So why don't we do front flip from standing like we do backflip? Well, it would be a lot harder to do it. Doing a standing front flip will force you to generate momentum from just your arms and your hips. With a backflip, this is doable because your arms are throwing you upwards, giving you more upward momentum. With a front flip, once again, you're working against gravity, so your arms are throwing you directly down. Some people can do it, but it's a lot more difficult. It's kind of like comparing a 1-inch punch to like a hook punch. Alright, I hope I did a good job explaining this. Next time you see anyone you know who can do flips, tell them to do a front flip instead of a back flip because it'll probably throw them off and they may or may not land it.